City Wrestling.
Oh yeah, welcome to another edition of Grind City Wrestling. This is episode 263. I am Dustin Starr. Be sure to follow us wherever you are watching or listening, especially on YouTube. And then also check us out on Twitter or X at Grind City Media. Check out the archives, grindcitymedia.com/podcast. We are loaded today, but last week we talked about the road to WrestleMania and the road to SmackDown Live. We did a little bit of wrestling math and also had a theory on The Rock. But this week we're going to talk about the best wrestling that we watched all week, and we've got the band back together in full force. Let's not waste any time. Ladies and gentlemen.
Do we?
It's bell time. Introducing first. We better have Devin in here. We waited on him long enough. My co-host, my tag team partner, who is now an official UFC referee. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Rock. Eric McMahon. What's up, E?
Man, I haven't been on the pod in the last few weeks because since I was down at the UFC Apex reffing the fights live on ESPN. But
by the way,
yeah. Yeah, man, dude, that was a wild experience, dude. You want to talk about intensity? I've been reffing MMA fights for years and years and years. Probably close to 1,000 MMA fights. But when you're reffing at the highest level, just the intensity in there, because these guys have, not hundreds of dollars on the lines, hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line. So it's like, for me, and you probably remember this from when you were doing WWE wrestling, is that my biggest worry was that when something happened, I had to be procedurally correct. Not just do the right things, but there's a procedure in which the way you have to do it. That was what was most stressful for me.
Very cool. Be sure to follow Eric on Twitter at E_MacLife. And yeah, this is the first time that you've been on the podcast since you debuted at UFC. So we've been talking about it for about a month now, how you big timed us and you think you're too good for Grind City Wrestling. So welcome back.
Never too good, man. It's just life gets hectic when I got to catch airplanes. We have games that night. And I want a little peek behind the curtain for everybody out there. We typically record on Thursday morning, 10 a.m. And if we have a Grizzlies game that night, my production meeting falls at the same time. And unfortunately, literally the last 4 weeks, we've had a game on Thursdays. And
that is true.
It's not like they could push back the meeting 30 or 45 minutes for me because it's a meeting of 30 people.
Right. Eric is too busy for it, but our next co-host and tag team partner, the third man in the trio who's making the whole operation rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. He better be in there, Eric.
Nope, not right now. He's Devin, in with Rosa and Vernon right now, but he's coming.
Walker. Baby.
Let me introduce you to Devin Walker, baby.
Wah, wah.
Well, let's just get into it. He's going to get in here and jump in. Devin is so damn cool that he knows being fashionably late is cool. Where me and you are old and we always look at punctuality as a sign of character. That's not how these kids operate these days, man.
I think Devin's going to join us here in a minute. You can follow him on Twitter or wherever you want at Devin_Walker2. When Devin joins us, I got to talk to him about Memphis Wrestling Super Bout 3 that happened on Sunday. Devin pulled up. He posted up some videos. I think he had a really good time, so I want to catch up with him about that. But first, we haven't talked to you in quite a while. What's new other than UFC?
I haven't made this public yet, but something new is I'm expecting my third child.
Wow! Congratulations.
Yeah, so little baby McMahon number 3 is going to be making her arrival late May 2024. So just a few months away, man. Pretty excited.
Very nice.
Add more chaos to my already chaotic life.
Very, very cool. Well, congratulations on that. I was going to ask you boy or girl, and I didn't know if you were close enough to have found out. But yeah, 2 girls and a boy now, plus Tillman, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah, things are good. But you want to? I'm excited to tell you what my best wrestling of the week was.
Okay, well, so what we're going to do in today's program, WWE's Red Hot. Of course, we're on the road to WrestleMania. The Rock is back, perhaps. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that. What in the world is AEW doing? And I'll tell you what I mean here in just a bit. But first, we do need to talk about the best wrestling that we watched all week. And it's just you and me right now. So you go first.
Okay, so one, your algorithm on like Instagram or Facebook, like it just starts showing you like old matches or matches that
Man,
that you may not have seen.
I get like old matches. I get like street fights. I get like the most random, craziest. I can't even think like out of context humans and stuff. I get the craziest stuff. But yeah, I do get old wrestling matches too.
So one, I got one. I don't know who the opponent was, but it was Ricochet and somebody from like New Japan, probably like I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, five years ago, however long since Ricochet has been in WWE. It was prior to that, and what they were doing was absolutely spectacular. Now they weren't telling a story worth of shit because it was high spot, high spot, high spot. No sell, no sell, no sell. But just spectacular to watch nonetheless. So I want to put that on the back because that wasn't. But WrestleMania 6, Demolition versus Ming and Andre the Giant.
Oh yeah, Andre and Haku. I believe they broke up after this, right? He's Ming Haku, but I think they broke up after that match, right? WrestleMania 6, Toronto Skydome, 93,000 strong for the Ultimate Challenge.
And this is what the match was like. Whatever. I don't even want to talk about the match per se, right? It was more of like just that feeling you got of watching back that from like our childhood and seeing Demolition come down and the music, and it's like you don't have that cool stuff anymore, like here comes the axe and here comes the
Smasher. Yes.
It's just like and they're wearing the complete dominatrix, which we thought was kind of like evil and stuff at the time, and now you're like, that might have been a little weird. You know what I mean? But it was definitely like a trip down memory lane that was so damn cool.
It's pretty cool. The last couple of weeks, I think Devin and Roser and Vernon actually on their Chris Vernon show were talking about how the Royal Rumble was kind of a letdown. They didn't like it. I actually thought it was fantastic. But one of the things that they said, especially if you're just a casual viewer, is you don't know the music. So like, for instance, I heard the theme song play, and I think I'm pretty good at theme songs, right? Like, I've won trivias and all sorts of stuff. I've been watching a long time. That's just one of the things is you recognize the music. But I heard the music. I'm like, who was that? And it was Grayson Waller. And no shade on Grayson Waller, but I don't know his theme song yet. Right. So there were just a lot of talent coming out that didn't get an initial pop because we didn't know their theme song. And so it's the same here. You're saying the same exact thing. That theme song was rocking, brother, when Axe and Smash came out. WrestleMania 6, one of my favorite WrestleManias, headlined by Hogan and Warrior.
Hogan and the Warrior, man. The best Ultimate Warriors ever looked, according to Maniacs.
Yes. Say what you want about Warrior and Hogan, but they absolutely delivered at WrestleMania 6. All right, so that was Eric's best wrestling that he watched all week. This week, I'm going to... Yep, Devin, go right ahead. How's Devin going to postpone the podcast a couple of minutes here and then show up and then not even be there?
Man, you know as well as I do, Devin's the hardest working guy in this company.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm going to give you the best wrestling that I watched all week. I'm going to be a homer, and nobody else has seen it except for the sold-out house at the Memphis Wrestling Wrestle Center on Sunday. Man, we had Tommy Dreamer, we had Rhino, and they were in the same ring at the same time. ECW chants going, and I can't say anything else because I don't want to give away any spoilers or anything, but Super Bout 3, it airs at the beginning, first 3 weeks of March, so you'll be able to watch it however you watch Memphis Wrestling. But a lot of fun. Tommy Dreamer fills the place up every single time, and I just thought that there was a moment there because you're a big ECW fan. I'm a huge ECW fan. Simon helps me creatively, and of course, he's a huge ECW fan, so it was like, man, we got to get these two guys in the same ring at the same time, and the people absolutely ate it up. They loved it. So Super Bout 3 coming soon. We're back at the Wrestle Center.
How easy, and I remember this from when we brought him in for wrestling night and whatever, but just how easy is Dreamer to work with?
So easy. I send him a text message, and if he already has a flight scheduled or something like that, he's like, hey, here's how much it is for the travel. Yes or no. Pretty like he does the work himself. James Ellsworth is very good like that. Hey, I see you've got a match coming up on March the 10th. Here's the flight information if you want me to go ahead and book it. Boom. And then I reimburse him right off the jump. And then that's it. I don't even have to touch the travel. It is so great. And Dreamer's the same way. Just so easy. The travel is the hardest part. That's the part that sucks the most.
Drum roll.
Okay.
Drum roll. And now making his triumphant return to the ring, the hardest working man in show business, Devin Walker.
Baby man. Oh, I'm over here trying to impact the youth, man. My bad. Not touch the youth, but yeah, shout out to the kids here. We got interns here in the beginning of the day. We're trying to show them everything, make sure they have a great experience, so they can go back and tell their friends that no other place is like the Memphis Grizzlies and Grind City Media. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Be sure to follow Devin again on Twitter at Devin_Walker2. I was saying I wanted to talk to you. You pulled up on Sunday. It was All-Star break. You were off, pulled up to Super Bout 3. What's up? Tell us. What happened? Don't tell us what happened, but how did you like it is what I mean.
I won't tell you what happened. I don't want to be a spoiler, but show enough. I'll walk in the building at bell time's 1:45, right?
Right.
And this is just a testament to our guy, Dustin 5-star. I walk in the building and maybe I'm thinking like, yo, I'll get there maybe 1:30. I'll be able to keep my feet out, blah, 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 boom, bada boom, bada bing. I'll walk in the damn Wrestle Center, bro. It's packed to the brim. I can't even get a seat.
You didn't reserve a seat for our boy Devin Walker, baby?
Seat, bro.
Absolutely. He had a seat.
I had a seat, but it was like eventually I got one. But I'm just saying, I guess it's a testament to how much you've grown the Wrestle Center in the last 3 years. Because there was times in the last, maybe like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I can walk in at bell time. I got a seat right here, right? But now we go here 3 years later. I walk in 15 minutes before the show. People are pushing each other to get to a damn seat in the Wrestle Center.
That's Memphis Vince. Memphis
Michaels?
Yeah.
Memphis Michaels?
Whatever.
Memphis somebody.
But no, shout out to you, bro. Much more to you because Super Bowl 3 was epic. So much fun to be in the building for that.
How did Rhino look?
Look, Gore's still here.
Rhino looked great.
No spoilers. No spoilers. But I was trying to get a video of a Gore, but he only did. I couldn't do it. I won't say how.
You just missed it. I'll send you the video. I appreciate you coming. It was a ton of fun, and man, like everybody just has so much fun. I love it for that reason alone. But it's kind of like a sales thing where they say, "Hey, better get your tickets because they're going to be sold out." I never wanted to like be that guy where it's like, "Better get those tickets, or else you're not going to have a seat." But like now, it's legit. Like every single seat was sold. Tommy Dreamer and Rhino did a bang up job for us, but then also it's a testament to the characters that we have on the show. Because I don't think that Tommy Dreamer and Rhino draw those fans all by themselves. There are the Gun Show, K Toomer, Mike Anthony. I mean, there's just a lot of really legit athletes that we have, and I think the people are interested.
Mike is still around?
Well. Yeah. Michael, he is the assistant matchmaker with King Cobra, believe it or not.
Shout out to Michael. But no, bro, I would say Michael. Yeah, he's buttoned up. But no, dude, I would say you built stars, bro. Like, and I know I gotta go back and impact the youth some more, but like you built some stars, some local stars of like I said, from the K Tumors of the world to Memphis Cena, I call them Gun Show, to building up the babyface beast, Big John Dalton, to the women's division where Knicks and Mackenzie Morgan, like people, like you're building superstars, and I'm going to keep them taking to the next. I'm looking forward to it. I really enjoyed the show at WrestleBout 3. I guess my best thing of the week I could give you is a fun fact before I get out of here. Did you know that Roman Reigns has held the United States title longer than the Attitude Era in days?
You mean the WWE? He said the United States title, but the world title longer than the Attitude Era. Is that what you said?
What I meant. Yep.
That is crazy.
That's
all right,
wild.
he's Devin Walker.
I gotta go impact you, man. I'm sorry. Shout out wrestling.
All right, well, there's Devin Walker. He's not a man of many words today, but he got his shit in, I'll tell you.
Hey, man, this guy works hard. So, hey, we didn't get to get into the press conference. I wasn't here.
Got a couple of news and notes here, and it's basically going to touch right on that. I wanted to talk to Devin about it, but we'll do it next week with him. But I'll talk with you about it now. The Rock has turned heel.
And you told me, we were watching the press conference together. Hold on, before you go. And you said he's going to be heel. And I go, he's not going to be heel because the people won't let him be a heel. But apparently they want him to be a heel.
I'm having a hard time buying in, and this is where I'm kind of conflicted. Is The Rock a tryhard?
The Rock is setting up for an epic turn.
I agree with you, but right now, and I think that this, I agree. I think this is what it is, an epic turn, because I'm not believing The Rock. Maybe I like him too much for him to be a heel or whatever, but I feel like it's being very forced, and I feel like that it's not really authentic, and I feel like that he's being a tryhard, and I love The Rock.
Here's the thing, though. When you go in on a Salt Lake City crowd and start invoking like their religious beliefs into your promo, dude, that was savage. That was savage. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't have done it because it made for great TV. The stuff he was pointing on it very, probably outside of people who actually live that polygamous lifestyle. And for everybody else, it was just hysterical. But dude, like, you think they would have done this a year ago? You think something like that and touching on that a year ago would have happened? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. A lot.
To a degree, he's coming back and saying, I'm coming back if only if I can be The Rock, like unfiltered, open mic, The Rock, and there's the paths have opened to be able to do that with like everything that's going on and, where, our culture was completely quote unquote woke before. It's definitely lessening over time now. And, the wrestling and wrestling fans are benefiting from that.
Absolutely. We've got just a couple of minutes here, so I'm going to hit a couple of more topics, but I don't think I told the story. We were actually in the locker room at FedEx Forum about to go live for the introductions, the big intro for the team and all that kind of stuff. And we're watching this press conference, I believe, on JT's phone.
Me, you, JT, and there was somebody else in there. Amon and Q. There was 5 of us just huddling around a phone.
We are glued to this press conference, and we had to step out just before The Rock slapped Cody in the face, and then we were talking about it the whole time. I don't remember ever talking about a press conference. Maybe the CM Punk debacle, but it was for a whole different reason, so I wanted to put it out there.
About the palm of your hand. Cody, yes. and I'm going to take Roman out of it. Cody and The Rock had us in the palm of their hand.
Right. Okay, I asked Devin this last week. I'm going to ask you this time. What in the hell is AEW doing? And here's what I mean by that. A couple weeks ago, Max Caster cut a rap about Dom and Rhea. Dom Mysterio and Rhea Ripley. His buddy Matthews is married to Rhea Ripley, so he cut the promo on him. But anyways, it got Dom and Rhea Ripley trending worldwide. Then Darby last week, after Sting was viciously attacked along with his sons, decided to cut a promo on Cody, talking about the EVP that left, had his back. Everybody starts chanting, Cody, Cody, another bad thing. And then this week, Wardlow literally cuts a promo and mentions CM Punk and how he ran him off and hurt him and all this kind of stuff. What in the hell is AEW doing? Why don't they talk about themselves instead of talking about the opposition?
It could be just a throwback to the Monday Night Wars, kind of trying to remember the whole Nacho Man and when they were when WWE was really making fun of their guys. But at the end of the day, it's always been this way with AEW. Maybe a little more now, but it's hot shot booking.
Speaking of hot shot booking,
I mean, you agree?
Flair. Yes, Ric Flair was on TV this week. First time, he said, in about 4 weeks. He was interviewed by Renee Paquette, which I really liked this interview because I thought something was wrong. I had to look down and see exactly where it was coming from, and it came from AEW's account, and I didn't see it on the program. I watched it on social media. But where Ric Flair was disappointed in Sting's last match and his involvement, and how he thought he would be more involved. And It was kind of like a shoot sound. And so I looked and it was official. The AEW tweeted this out. So it was, on the show. And then he walks by and says he just has to figure some stuff out. He knocks on the locker room door. And there's Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, the Young Bucks, on the other side. And Ric Flair walked in. I'm not still blocked. I did not ask them face to face, but we did have a little Twitter exchange about it, and he had no idea why. I think it was Matt Jackson that had me blocked. And yeah, it's an old story. But what are they going to do with Ric Flair and Sting during this last match? Is this really Sting's last match? Or are we going to get Ric Flair versus Sting?
Here is what I know, and I can tell you this with almost 100% certainty, is I know that they don't know.
My gosh.
Right, because we've been there. We've been behind the scenes, and they're shuffling the thing. And listen, that's not uncommon in wrestling. WWE used to be that way before it got a little more, I guess, corporified, and they started scheduling things out a month in advance. But they said, hey, Rick, get to a spot where you go to the Young Bucks locker room. And they didn't know what he was. I almost guarantee you, they didn't know what he was going to say. So he was I guarantee you he was half shooting it.
Yeah.
And then now once they got there, now they got to figure that out from his half shoot. And so that's just the way, from my eyes, being backstage, that they work, which sometimes makes great television, sometimes puts them in a predicament.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's all the news and notes that I have this week. Coming up this Friday and Saturday on Action News 5 Plus and all over the United States, actually worldwide with YouTube and what have you. Hollywood Haley J will make her debut in Memphis Wrestling. And I know you and I met her at the same time out at FedEx Forum with AEW. So I told you we'd bring her into town. We brought her in and oh my gosh, wait till you see what she does. That's coming up this week on Memphis Wrestling. But then also Memphis Wrestling is on the road starting this weekend. Check it out.
Memphis Wrestling is on fire. Join us this weekend, starting this Saturday, February 24th, when Memphis Wrestling returns to Strayhorn, Mississippi for another huge fundraiser benefiting the Strayhorn Band, featuring The Gun Show, K-Tumor, MKZ, DDT, Twins of Salem, and more. Get your tickets in advance and save $2. Sunday, March 3rd is our next free watch party at Dave & Buster's. Watch AEW Revolution with us. It's free. Plus, you'll get a free power card. That's Dave & Buster's in Memphis. Sunday, March 10th, the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer, returns to Memphis Wrestling. Sunday, March 24th, Hammerstone is coming to Memphis Wrestling. Sunday, April 21st, Buff Daddy returns to Memphis Wrestling. All tickets are on sale now. Get yours right now at memphiswrestling.tv.
Welcome back. As you can see, E-Rock, we are in Strayhorn, Mississippi this Saturday, benefiting the Strayhorn Band. We've got it loaded. MKZ, Mackenzie Morgan will be there. The Gun Show, K-Tumor, Big Simon from the Posse will be there, and so much more. Get those tickets, memphiswrestling.tv. Help us help the Strayhorn Band. E-Rock, I've got a loaded weekend, and All-Star break is over, so we'll be back at the Grindhouse coming up. What you got going on this weekend?
Making my black belt debut in my jiu-jitsu competition. As you can see, my face is trimming up right now. I'm in the final stages of my weight cut. But yeah, man, dude, I've won at every level. Blue belt, white belt, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt. I've won literally the biggest tournaments in the world at every level. And now I make my black belt debut this weekend, so I'm pretty fired up about it. But I need to win the first fight, and that's making weight.
Nutty. Oh, brutal. Well, good luck on that this weekend. Hopefully we'll see you here next week with another gold medal around your neck. Strayhorn, Mississippi, we are on our way, and we'll see you guys next week right here on Grind City Wrestling. I'm Dustin Starr. He's E-Rock, Eric McMahon. And for our third man in the trio, Devin Walker, baby, saying so long, everybody.